Have you ever wondered if being too kind is actually hurting you? Are you tired of feeling like your kindness is being taken for granted? In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden dangers of kindness and how it can secretly sabotage your life. Trust me, what you're about to discover will completely change the way you view kindness forever. Stay tuned until the end, because you won't want to miss a single revelation. Your life is about to take a dramatic turn. 1. You become a people pleaser. Have you ever wondered if being too kind is actually hurting you? Are you tired of feeling like your kindness is being taken for granted? In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden dangers of kindness and how it can secretly sabotage your life. Trust me, what you're about to discover will completely change the way you view kindness forever. Stay tuned until the end, because you won't want to miss a single revelation. Your life is about to take a dramatic turn. 1. You become a people pleaser. Kindness, when overdone, can lead you down a path where your primary focus becomes pleasing others. At first glance, this might not seem like a bad thing. After all, making people happy feels good, doesn't it? But here's the harsh reality. Constantly putting others' needs above your own can destroy your sense of self-worth and personal happiness. Think about it. When was the last time you said no to someone? How often do you agree to things you don't really want to do just to avoid disappointing someone else? This is where the danger of excessive kindness begins to unfold. You start saying yes to everyone and everything, believing that you're doing the right thing. You want to be the helpful friend, the supportive partner, the reliable colleague. But in trying to be everything for everyone, you end up losing yourself. Picture this. Your friend asks for help moving on a weekend you had planned to relax and recharge. Out of kindness, you agree. Your coworker requests assistance with a project that isn't your responsibility. Out of kindness, you oblige. Your partner wants to go to a place you dislike for dinner. Out of kindness, you comply. Each time you say yes when you want to say no, a small piece of your true desires and boundaries gets chipped away. This pattern of behavior leads to resentment. You start feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and even angry. But here's the kicker. This anger is often directed inward. You blame yourself for not being able to set boundaries, for not standing up for your own needs. The very kindness that was supposed to build connections and foster goodwill ends up creating a cycle of self-blame and dissatisfaction. Let's dig deeper into why this happens. Humans have a fundamental need for approval and acceptance. We crave social connections and fear rejection. Kindness seems like a surefire way to achieve this, right? But when your kindness becomes a tool for gaining approval, you're no longer being kind out of genuine goodwill. You're being kind out of fear. Fear of not being liked, fear of conflict, fear of standing alone. This fear-driven kindness is toxic. It turns you into a chameleon, constantly adapting to fit others' expectations while neglecting your own. You become hyper-aware of other people's emotions and start tailoring your actions to keep everyone happy. It's exhausting and unsustainable. You're constantly on edge, worrying about how others perceive you, losing sleep over the smallest conflicts, and doubting your worth whenever you fail to meet someone's expectations. The emotional toll of this lifestyle is immense. Anxiety creeps in as you struggle to keep up with the demands placed upon you. Depression can take hold when you realize that despite all your efforts, you still feel unfulfilled and unappreciated. Your self-esteem plummets as you repeatedly devalue your own needs and desires. The facade of kindness becomes a prison, trapping you in a relentless cycle of self-sacrifice. But it doesn't stop there. This behavior spills over into all areas of your life. Your relationships suffer because you're unable to communicate your true feelings. Your career stagnates because you're too busy helping others to focus on your own growth. Your personal dreams and goals are pushed aside, gathering dust in the corners of your mind. You're living a life dictated by others, not by your own passions and aspirations. Now, imagine a life where you can be kind without losing yourself. A life where you can say no without guilt, where your kindness is a genuine expression of your values rather than a desperate plea for approval. It's possible, but it requires a fundamental shift in how you view kindness and self-worth. The first step is recognizing that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. It's not selfish to prioritize your own well-being. It's essential. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, not an act of cruelty. When you say no, you're not rejecting the person, you're simply honoring your own limits. This doesn't make you any less kind, it makes you honest and authentic. Next, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you offer to others. Acknowledge your struggles and forgive yourself for past mistakes. Building a strong sense of self-worth from within reduces the need for external validation. When you value yourself, you become less dependent on others' approval and more confident in asserting your needs. Finally, surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. When you're with people who value your well-being, you feel safe expressing your true self without fear of rejection. These relationships provide a solid foundation for genuine kindness, kindness that enriches both your life and the lives of others. In conclusion, being overly kind can turn you into a people-pleaser, eroding your sense of self and leading to a life of resentment and unfulfillment. Recognizing this pattern, setting boundaries, and practicing self-compassion are crucial steps to reclaiming your true self. By doing so, you can transform kindness from a destructive force into a source of genuine connection and happiness. 2. You attract toxic people. While kindness is a beautiful trait, it can also make you a magnet for toxic individuals. These people are like emotional vampires, feeding off your goodwill and generosity, draining you of your energy and spirit. It's crucial to understand how and why this happens, and what you can do to protect yourself from these harmful relationships. First, let's delve into the psychology of toxic individuals. Toxic people often have a knack for identifying and exploiting the kind-hearted. They see kindness as a weakness, an opportunity to manipulate and control. Whether they're narcissists, manipulators, or simply self-centered toxic individuals, gravitate toward those who are accommodating and eager to please. They thrive on taking advantage of others' generosity without giving anything in return. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new who seems charming and friendly. At first, everything is great. They shower you with compliments and make you feel special. But soon, the cracks begin to show. They start asking for small favors, which gradually become bigger and more demanding. They constantly seek your attention and support, but when you need them, they're nowhere to be found. They might guilt-trip you into doing things for them, making you feel like you owe them something. This pattern continues until you find yourself in a one-sided relationship, where your kindness is taken for granted and your needs are ignored. One of the most damaging aspects of attracting toxic people is the impact on your self-esteem. Toxic individuals are masters at undermining your confidence and self-worth. They might use subtle put-downs, criticism, or blame-shifting to make you feel inadequate. Over time, you start doubting yourself and questioning your own value. The constant emotional manipulation leaves you feeling exhausted, anxious, and depressed. Furthermore, toxic people can isolate you from your support network. They might become jealous or possessive, discouraging you from spending time with friends and family. They want to keep you dependent on them, ensuring you're always available to cater to their needs. This isolation makes it even harder to break free from their grasp, as you feel increasingly alone and unsupported. Now, let's discuss the emotional and physical toll of maintaining relationships with toxic people. Constantly dealing with their demands and manipulation can lead to chronic stress. Your body responds to this stress with a range of symptoms, from headaches and fatigue to more serious health issues like high blood pressure and weakened immunity. Mentally, the ongoing strain can lead to anxiety disorders, depression, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. The key to protecting yourself from toxic individuals lies in recognizing the red flags and taking proactive steps to safeguard your well-being. Here are some practical strategies to help you navigate these treacherous waters. Trust your gut feelings. Your intuition is a powerful tool. If something feels off about a person or situation, pay attention to that feeling. Don't dismiss your instincts in the name of being kind or giving someone the benefit of the doubt. Trusting your gut can help you avoid getting entangled with toxic people. Set firm boundaries. Toxic individuals often test your limits to see how much they can get away with. It's crucial to set clear, firm boundaries and stick to them. This might mean saying no to unreasonable demands, limiting your interactions with certain people, or even cutting ties altogether if the relationship is too harmful. Remember, your well-being comes first. Educate yourself. Understanding the behaviors and tactics of toxic people can help you recognize them early on. Educate yourself about common manipulation techniques such as gaslighting, love bombing, and guilt tripping. Knowledge is power, and being aware of these tactics can help you defend against them. Build a strong support system. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who respect your boundaries and value your kindness. A strong support system can provide you with the emotional strength and perspective needed to deal with toxic individuals. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends, family, or a therapist if you need help. Practice self-care. Taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical health is crucial when dealing with toxic people. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as hobbies, exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Self-care strengthens your resilience and helps you stay grounded. Learn to say no. One of the most powerful tools in your arsenal is the ability to say no. This simple word can protect you from being overwhelmed by others' demands. Practice saying no confidently and without guilt. Remember, you have the right to prioritize your own needs and well-being. Seek professional help. If you find yourself repeatedly attracting toxic individuals or struggling to break free from harmful relationships, consider seeking professional help. A therapist or counselor can provide you with valuable insights and strategies to navigate these challenges. In conclusion, while kindness is a wonderful trait, it can unfortunately make you a target for toxic people. Recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, and prioritizing self-care are essential steps to protect yourself from the emotional and physical damage these individuals can cause. By taking these measures, you can ensure that your kindness is a source of strength and positivity in your life, rather than a vulnerability to be exploited. 3. You neglect your own needs. One of the most insidious ways kindness can destroy your life is by leading you to neglect your own needs. This might sound counterintuitive because kindness is often associated with selflessness and compassion. However, when you continuously put others' needs ahead of your own, you risk undermining your own well-being and happiness. Let's start by understanding the core issue: self-neglect. When you're overly focused on being kind and helpful to others, you might forget to take care of yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your needs are less important or that attending to them is selfish. This mindset can have devastating consequences on your physical, emotional, and mental health. Imagine this scenario. You're always available for your friends and family. Whenever they need support, advice, or help, you're there without hesitation. You take on extra tasks at work to help your colleagues, often staying late or working through your breaks. At home, you prioritize your partner's and children's needs over your own. While it's commendable to be dependable and supportive, there's a limit to how much you can give without replenishing your own reserves. Over time, this constant outpouring of energy and attention without adequate self-care can lead to burnout. Burnout isn't just feeling tired. It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. Symptoms include chronic fatigue, insomnia, impaired concentration, and a sense of helplessness. When you reach this point, your ability to help others diminishes, and your own quality of life suffers immensely. Furthermore, neglecting your own needs can lead to resentment. You might start feeling bitter and unappreciated, especially if your efforts go unnoticed or unacknowledged. This resentment can seep into your interactions with others, causing friction in relationships and a decline in your overall satisfaction with life. The very kindness you've been practicing turns into a source of inner turmoil and dissatisfaction. Another critical aspect to consider is the impact on your personal growth and fulfillment. When you're constantly prioritizing others, you have little time or energy left for your own aspirations and dreams. Your goals get sidelined and your passions are left unexplored. This can lead to a deep sense of unfulfillment and regret as you realize that you've been living for others at the expense of your own happiness. Self-neglect also affects your health. When you're busy attending to everyone else, you might skip meals, neglect exercise, and ignore signs of illness. Over time, these habits can lead to serious health problems, ranging from nutritional deficiencies and weight gain to chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Your immune system weakens, making you more susceptible to infections and illnesses. In essence, by neglecting your own health, you're shortening your lifespan and reducing your ability to continue being kind and helpful. Let's talk about the emotional toll. Constantly putting others first can erode your self-esteem. You might start to believe that your worth is solely defined by how much you do for others. This is a dangerous mindset because it ties your self-worth to external validation. When others don't appreciate your efforts, your self-esteem takes a hit. You begin to doubt your value, leading to feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth. To combat self-neglect, it's crucial to practice self-care and self-compassion. Here are some actionable steps you can take to ensure you're attending to your own needs while still being kind and supportive to others. Prioritize your health. Make your health a priority by scheduling regular checkups, eating a balanced diet, and incorporating physical activity into your routine. Ensure you get enough sleep and take breaks when needed. Your body needs to be in good shape to keep up with the demands of life. Set personal goals. Identify your personal goals and make time for them. Whether it's advancing in your career, pursuing a hobby, or spending quality time with loved ones, having clear goals helps you stay focused on what's important to you. Learn to say no. It's okay to say no when you're stretched thin. You don't have to justify or explain your refusal. By setting boundaries, you protect your time and energy, ensuring you have enough left for yourself. Schedule me time. Dedicate time each day for activities that you enjoy and that help you relax. This could be reading, meditating, taking a walk, or engaging in a creative pursuit. Me time is essential for recharging your batteries and maintaining your well-being. Seek support. Don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist about your feelings and challenges. Sharing your burdens can provide relief and offer new perspectives on how to manage your responsibilities. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, can help you stay present and aware of your needs. Mindfulness encourages you to listen to your body and mind, recognizing when you need to rest or take a break. Cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you offer to others. Acknowledge your efforts and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Self-compassion helps build resilience and a positive self-image. In conclusion, while kindness is a noble and admirable trait, it's essential to balance it with self-care and self-compassion. Neglecting your own needs can lead to burnout, resentment, and a host of physical and emotional issues. By taking steps to prioritize your well-being, you ensure that your kindness remains a source of strength and positivity, enriching both your life and the lives of those around you. 4. You enable bad behavior. When you consistently respond to others with kindness, even in the face of mistreatment, you may unknowingly enable bad behavior. This can create a cycle where the people around you continue their harmful actions because they face no consequences. Understanding how this happens and learning how to break this cycle is crucial for your well-being and the health of your relationships. Consider a scenario where a friend repeatedly cancels plans at the last minute. Each time, you respond with understanding and patience, never expressing your disappointment or frustration. Your friend learns that their behavior is acceptable because there are no repercussions. They continue to cancel plans, secure in the knowledge that you will always be accommodating. This is a classic example of enabling bad behavior. Enabling occurs because your kindness inadvertently reinforces negative actions. People begin to see your tolerance as permission to continue their disrespectful or harmful behavior. Whether it's a friend, family member, or colleague, when you don't address these issues, you contribute to a toxic environment where bad behavior thrives. Let's delve deeper into why this happens. At the core, many people have a natural aversion to conflict. Confrontation is uncomfortable, and it's easier to avoid it by being kind and understanding. You might tell yourself that it's not worth the fight, that you should pick your battles, or that the person will eventually change on their own. However, this avoidance can backfire, leading to a build-up of resentment and frustration. Imagine you're at work and a colleague consistently offloads their tasks onto you. Each time you oblige, thinking you're being a good team player. But over time, your workload becomes unmanageable and your colleague takes advantage of your willingness to help. You're enabling their laziness and irresponsibility, which not only harms you, but also sets a poor precedent for workplace dynamics. The emotional impact of enabling bad behavior can be significant. You might start feeling like a doormat, someone who is always taken advantage of. This can erode your self-respect and confidence. You may also experience feelings of anger and resentment towards those who exploit your kindness, further straining your relationships. Over time, this can lead to a toxic cycle where you feel trapped by your own actions, unable to assert your boundaries and protect your well-being. To break this cycle, it's essential to recognize and address enabling behavior. Here are some strategies to help you navigate this challenge. Acknowledge the problem. The first step is to recognize when your kindness is enabling bad behavior. Pay attention to patterns in your relationships where you feel taken advantage of or disrespected. Acknowledge that your responses might be contributing to the problem. Set clear boundaries. Establishing boundaries is crucial. Clearly communicate your limits and expectations to those around you. For example, if a friend frequently cancels plans, let them know that it's disappointing and that you need them to be more reliable. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're unkind. It means you're protecting your own well-being. Be assertive. Learn to assert yourself in a calm and respectful manner. Assertiveness is about expressing your needs and standing up for yourself without being aggressive. Practice saying no when necessary, and don't feel obligated to explain or justify your decisions. Follow through with consequences. If someone continues to exhibit bad behavior despite your efforts to address it, implement consequences. This might mean distancing yourself from a toxic relationship, delegating tasks differently at work, or limiting your interactions with certain individuals. Follow through on these consequences consistently. Seek support. Dealing with enabling behavior can be challenging, and it's important to have a support system. Talk to trusted friends or family members about your experiences. They can offer valuable perspectives and emotional support. Consider seeking advice from a therapist or counselor if you're struggling to set boundaries. Practice self-respect. Cultivate a sense of self-respect and self-worth. Remind yourself that your needs and feelings are valid and important. By respecting yourself, you set a standard for how others should treat you. This inner confidence can empower you to stand firm against enabling bad behavior. Educate yourself. Understanding the dynamics of enabling and codependency can be incredibly helpful. There are numerous resources, including books, articles, and support groups, that can provide insights and strategies for breaking the cycle of enabling behavior. Education empowers you to make informed decisions and take control of your interactions. Reflect on your actions. Regularly reflect on your behavior and its impact on your relationships. Ask yourself if your actions are fostering positive, respectful interactions, or if they're allowing negative behavior to persist. This self-awareness can guide you in making necessary adjustments to your approach. In conclusion, while kindness is a wonderful quality, it can sometimes lead to enabling bad behavior. Recognizing this pattern and taking steps to address it is crucial for maintaining healthy, respectful relationships. By setting boundaries, being assertive, and practicing self-respect, you can ensure that your kindness is a source of strength rather than a vulnerability. Remember, true kindness includes being kind to yourself and not allowing others to take advantage of your goodwill. 5. You lose your authenticity. When you consistently prioritize kindness to the extent that you suppress your true thoughts, feelings, and desires, you risk losing your authenticity. Authenticity is about being true to yourself, expressing your genuine emotions, and living in alignment with your values. Excessive kindness can erode this authenticity, leading to a sense of disconnection from who you really are. Let's explore how this happens. In your effort to be kind and accommodating, you might find yourself constantly agreeing with others, even when you have a different opinion. You might smile and nod in conversations where you actually feel uncomfortable or disagree. Over time, this habit of concealing your true self can create an inner conflict. You start feeling like a performer, always putting on a mask to please others. Imagine you're in a group setting and a topic comes up that you have strong opinions about. Instead of voicing your perspective, you remain silent, fearing that your honesty might upset someone or cause conflict. This silence, although intended to keep the peace, erodes your sense of self. You begin to feel invisible and unheard, as though your true identity is being stifled. Suppressing your true self can also impact your decision-making. You might start making choices based on what you think others want, rather than what you truly desire. whether it's choosing a career path, making lifestyle changes, or deciding on personal goals. The fear of disappointing others can lead you to compromise your own dreams and aspirations. This can result in a life that feels unfulfilling and disconnected from your authentic self. The emotional toll of losing your authenticity is significant. You might experience feelings of emptiness, frustration, and even sadness. There's a constant undercurrent of dissatisfaction because you're not living in alignment with your true self. This can lead to a decline in your mental health, contributing to anxiety and depression as you struggle with the dissonance between your inner desires and your outward actions. Moreover, losing your authenticity can strain your relationships. Genuine connections are built on honesty and mutual understanding. When you're not being true to yourself, it's difficult to form deep, meaningful relationships. People may sense that you're holding back, leading to a lack of trust and intimacy. Your relationships might feel superficial, as though there's always a part of you that remains hidden. Let's look at some strategies to reclaim and maintain your authenticity. Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your values, beliefs, and desires. Journaling can be a powerful tool to explore your inner thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself what truly matters to you and what makes you feel alive and fulfilled. Express your opinions. Practice expressing your opinions, even in small ways. Start with safe environments, such as with close friends or family, where you feel comfortable being honest. Gradually build up the courage to share your thoughts in larger or more challenging settings. Set boundaries. Establish boundaries that protect your authenticity. Learn to say no to requests or situations that don't align with your values or make you uncomfortable. Boundaries help you honor your true self and prevent you from overextending in the name of kindness. Surround yourself with supportive people. Build a support network of people who respect and appreciate you for who you are. Genuine relationships are those where you feel safe to be yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. Align your actions with your values. Ensure that your actions reflect your core values. Whether it's in your personal or professional life, strive to make choices that resonate with your true self. This alignment fosters a sense of integrity and inner peace. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself as you navigate the journey of reclaiming your authenticity. Recognize that it's okay to make mistakes and that growth is a gradual process. Self-compassion helps you stay resilient and committed to being true to yourself. Seek professional guidance. If you're struggling to reconnect with your authentic self, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide you with valuable insights and strategies to overcome obstacles and embrace your true identity. Celebrate your uniqueness. Embrace and celebrate what makes you unique. Your individuality is a strength, not a weakness. When you appreciate and value your own uniqueness, you're more likely to express it confidently. In conclusion, excessive kindness can lead to the loss of authenticity, creating a life where you feel disconnected from your true self. By reflecting on your values, expressing your opinions, setting boundaries, and surrounding yourself with supportive people, you can reclaim and maintain your authenticity. Remember, genuine kindness includes being kind to yourself and honoring your true identity. Living authentically enriches your life, fosters deeper connections, and allows you to make a meaningful impact on the world around you. Point number 6. You experience emotional exhaustion. Excessive kindness can lead to emotional exhaustion, a state of feeling drained, overwhelmed, and depleted. When you constantly give your emotional energy to others without replenishing it, you set yourself up for burnout. Emotional exhaustion isn't just about feeling tired. It's a profound sense of being emotionally worn out, which can affect every aspect of your life. To understand how emotional exhaustion develops from being overly kind, let's consider a common scenario. You're the go-to person for everyone in your life. Whenever someone is in distress, you're there to offer a listening ear, provide comfort, and solve problems. While this role might seem noble and fulfilling at first, it can become overwhelming over time. The emotional toll of continuously absorbing others' stress, worries, and negative emotions can accumulate, leaving you feeling drained. Imagine you have a friend who frequently comes to you with their problems. At first, you're happy to help, offering advice and support. But as time goes on, the frequency and intensity of their issues increase. You start to feel like their personal therapist, always on call, always ready to drop everything to assist them. Your own emotional needs get pushed aside, and you find yourself feeling increasingly worn out and incapable of managing your own emotions. Emotional exhaustion can also stem from the pressure to maintain a facade of constant kindness. Society often celebrates those who are endlessly kind and giving, but this expectation can create an immense burden. You might feel that you always have to be cheerful, understanding, and supportive, even when you're struggling inside. The disconnect between your true feelings and the persona you present to the world can lead to emotional fatigue. This state of exhaustion manifests in various ways. You might notice a decline in your mental health, with increased feelings of anxiety and depression. Your patience wears thin, making you more irritable and prone to emotional outbursts. You may feel a constant sense of heaviness, as if a dark cloud is perpetually hanging over you. Activities that once brought you joy no longer have the same effect, and you struggle to find motivation and enthusiasm for everyday tasks. The impact of emotional exhaustion extends beyond your personal well-being. It affects your relationships, as you become less capable of providing genuine support to others. You might start to withdraw from social interactions, feeling too drained to engage. This withdrawal can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, further exacerbating your emotional exhaustion. At work, your productivity and performance might suffer, as it becomes increasingly difficult to concentrate and complete tasks. Breaking free from the cycle of emotional exhaustion requires intentional actions to restore and protect your emotional energy. Here are some strategies to help you manage and prevent emotional exhaustion. Set emotional boundaries. Just as you set physical boundaries, it's crucial to establish emotional boundaries. Decide how much emotional energy you can realistically offer to others without compromising your own well-being. Communicate these boundaries clearly to those around you. Practice self-care. Prioritize activities that nourish your emotional health. This might include journaling, meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in creative pursuits. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining emotional balance. Learn to delegate. Recognize that you don't have to handle everything on your own. Delegate tasks and share responsibilities with others. At work, collaborate with colleagues rather than taking on additional burdens. In your personal life, encourage your friends and family to seek multiple sources of support. Say no. Without guilt. Give yourself permission to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed. Declining requests doesn't make you unkind. It's a way to protect your emotional reserves. Practice saying no firmly and without guilt, knowing that your well-being comes first. Seek professional help. If you're struggling with emotional exhaustion, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide you with coping strategies and a safe space to process your feelings. Foster emotional resilience. Build your emotional resilience by developing healthy coping mechanisms. This might include mindfulness practices, cognitive behavioral techniques, or engaging in physical activities that release stress. Connect with supportive people. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your emotional boundaries. Supportive relationships can provide a buffer against emotional exhaustion, offering you a space to recharge and receive care. Prioritize your needs. Regularly check in with yourself to assess your emotional state. Make it a habit to prioritize your needs and take action to address any signs of emotional fatigue. This might involve taking breaks, adjusting your commitments, or seeking additional support. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable trait, excessive kindness can lead to emotional exhaustion. Recognizing the signs of emotional fatigue and taking proactive steps to protect and restore your emotional energy is essential. By setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and seeking support, you can maintain a healthy balance between being kind to others and taking care of yourself. Remember, sustainable kindness starts with kindness towards yourself, ensuring that you have the emotional resources to genuinely support others without compromising your own well-being. 7. You become overly dependent on external validation. Kindness, when driven by the desire to please others, can lead to an unhealthy dependency on external validation. While seeking approval and recognition is a natural human tendency, relying excessively on others' opinions can erode your self-esteem and autonomy. Understanding this dynamic and learning to shift your focus inward is crucial for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. Imagine you frequently perform acts of kindness, expecting praise or acknowledgement in return. When others recognize your efforts, you feel valued and appreciated. However, when your kindness goes unnoticed or unappreciated, you might experience feelings of disappointment, frustration, or even resentment. This dependency on external validation creates a cycle where your sense of self-worth becomes tied to others' reactions. Consider a scenario where you spend hours organizing a surprise party for a friend. You meticulously plan every detail, hoping to receive praise and gratitude. However, on the day of the party, your friend barely acknowledges your efforts, leaving you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. Instead of feeling joy from your act of kindness, you feel deflated and question your worth. This reliance on external validation can shape your behavior and decisions. You might start choosing actions that are more likely to be praised by others, even if they don't align with your true desires or values. Over time, this can lead to a loss of authenticity as you prioritize pleasing others over staying true to yourself. Your life becomes a performance tailored to meet others' expectations rather than a genuine expression of who you are. The emotional consequences of seeking external validation are significant. Your self-esteem becomes fragile, easily shaken by criticism or lack of acknowledgement. You might develop a fear of failure, avoiding risks or new challenges because you dread disapproval. This fear can stifle your personal growth and prevent you from pursuing your passions and goals. Moreover, the constant need for approval can lead to anxiety and stress as you continuously strive to meet others' expectations. To break free from the cycle of seeking external validation, it's essential to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth and internal validation. Here are some strategies to help you develop a more self-reliant and fulfilling sense of self. Recognize your achievements. Take time to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Keep a journal where you note your successes and the positive impact you've made. This practice helps you build an internal sense of pride and accomplishment. Define your values. Clarify your core values and let them guide your actions. When you make decisions based on your values, you align your behavior with your true self, reducing the need for external approval. Values-based living fosters a sense of integrity and self-respect. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when you face challenges or setbacks. Self-compassion involves recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that you deserve empathy and support from yourself. This practice builds resilience and self-worth. Set personal goals. Focus on setting and achieving personal goals that are meaningful to you. These goals should reflect your passions and interests rather than being influenced by others' expectations. Working towards your own aspirations enhances your sense of autonomy and fulfillment. Limit social media usage. Social media can amplify the need for external validation through likes, comments, and shares. Limit your time on these platforms and be mindful of how they affect your self-esteem. Focus on real-life connections and experiences that provide genuine satisfaction. Seek feedback. Selectively. While feedback can be valuable, be selective about whose opinions you seek. Choose trusted individuals who provide constructive and supportive feedback. Balance their input with your own judgment and intuition. Develop self-awareness. Engage in practices that enhance self-awareness, such as mindfulness, meditation, or reflective journaling. Self-awareness helps you understand your motivations and recognize when you're seeking validation from others. It empowers you to make conscious choices that align with your true self. Build a supportive inner circle. Surround yourself with people who support and respect you for who you are. A supportive inner circle can provide encouragement and validation, but it should complement, not replace, your internal sense of self-worth. Practice affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reinforce your self-worth and confidence. Statements like, "I am enough," "I value myself," and "I trust my own judgment" can help shift your mindset from seeking external validation to cultivating internal validation. Embrace your imperfections. Accept that you are not perfect and that it's okay to make mistakes. Embracing your imperfections allows you to see yourself as a whole person, deserving of love and respect, regardless of others' opinions. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable quality, it can lead to an over-reliance on external validation. Shifting your focus inward and cultivating a strong sense of self-worth are essential steps to maintaining your authenticity and emotional well-being. By recognizing your achievements, defining your values, practicing self-compassion, and setting personal goals, you can break free from the cycle of seeking approval and build a more self-reliant and fulfilling life. Remember, true kindness starts with being kind to yourself and valuing your own worth independent of others' opinions. 8. You overlook your own boundaries. Kindness, when unbalanced, can lead you to overlook your own boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being, yet the desire to be kind and accommodating can often cause you to ignore or compromise these limits. Understanding the importance of boundaries and learning to uphold them is crucial for preserving your mental, emotional, and physical health. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define where your responsibilities and needs end and where others begin. They protect your personal space, energy, and time. Without clear boundaries, you might find yourself constantly overextended, stressed, and unable to focus on your own needs and goals. Consider a scenario where you have a demanding job and a family to care for. Your colleagues frequently ask for your help with tasks, and out of kindness, you always say yes, even when it means working late or sacrificing your lunch break. At home, your family depends on you for various needs, and you rarely take time for yourself. Over time, the lack of boundaries leads to burnout, as you're unable to recharge or attend to your own well-being. When you overlook your boundaries, you risk becoming overwhelmed and resentful. Consistently prioritizing others' needs over your own can lead to a buildup of frustration. You might feel taken advantage of, as though your kindness is being exploited. This resentment can seep into your interactions, damaging your relationships and diminishing your overall happiness. Ignoring boundaries can also lead to a loss of self-identity. When you're constantly focused on pleasing others, you might lose sight of your own preferences, desires, and goals. Your life becomes centered around fulfilling others' expectations rather than pursuing what truly matters to you. This can result in a sense of emptiness and a lack of direction. The physical consequences of overlooking boundaries are significant as well. Chronic stress from overcommitting can weaken your immune system, increase the risk of chronic illnesses, and lead to fatigue and insomnia. Your body needs time to rest and recover, and without adequate boundaries, you're depriving yourself of this essential self-care. To prevent the negative impacts of overlooking your boundaries, it's essential to establish and maintain clear limits. Here are some strategies to help you uphold your boundaries effectively. Identify your boundaries. Reflect on your needs and limits in various areas of your life, such as work, relationships, and personal time. Consider what makes you feel comfortable and what drains your energy. Write down these boundaries to solidify your understanding of them. Communicate clearly. Once you've identified your boundaries, communicate them clearly to others. Use assertive yet respectful language to express your limits. For example, if you need personal time after work, let your colleagues and family know that you won't be available during certain hours. Practice. Saying no. Saying no is a powerful way to uphold your boundaries. It can be challenging, especially if you're used to being accommodating, but it's crucial for protecting your well-being. Practice saying no confidently and without guilt. Remember, refusing a request doesn't make you unkind. It means you're honoring your limits. Prioritize self-care. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. Schedule regular time for activities that recharge you, such as exercise, hobbies, or relaxation. Self-care helps you maintain the energy and resilience needed to uphold your boundaries. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who respect and support your boundaries. Communicate your limits to your support network and encourage them to help you enforce them. Trusted friends and family can provide valuable encouragement and accountability. Be consistent. Consistency is key to maintaining boundaries. Once you've set a boundary, stick to it. Inconsistency can confuse others and undermine your efforts to uphold your limits. Being firm and consistent reinforces the importance of your boundaries. Reflect and adjust. Regularly reflect on your boundaries and assess their effectiveness. Life circumstances and personal needs can change, so be open to adjusting your boundaries as needed. Reflecting on your experiences can help you fine-tune your limits for better balance and well-being. Learn from experience. Pay attention to situations where your boundaries were overlooked and learn from them. Identify what went wrong and how you can improve your boundary setting in the future. Each experience is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Seek professional help. If you find it difficult to establish or maintain boundaries, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide you with tools and strategies to strengthen your boundaries and address any underlying issues. In conclusion, while kindness is an admirable quality, it's essential to balance it with clear and consistent boundaries. Overlooking your own limits can lead to burnout, resentment, and a loss of self-identity. By identifying your boundaries, communicating them clearly, practicing saying no, and prioritizing self-care, you can protect your well-being and maintain healthy relationships. Remember, true kindness includes being kind to yourself and honoring your own needs and limits. Maintaining boundaries is a vital part of sustaining your capacity to be genuinely kind and supportive to others. 9. You become avoidant of conflict. While kindness is often seen as a virtue, it can lead to a tendency to avoid conflict at all costs. This avoidance can have far-reaching negative consequences, both for your personal growth and for your relationships. Learning to navigate conflict constructively rather than avoiding it is essential for maintaining healthy, balanced interactions. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship. Differences in opinions, needs, and perspectives are bound to arise, and addressing these differences is crucial for mutual understanding and respect. However, if your primary goal is to be kind and maintain harmony, you might find yourself avoiding conflict, suppressing your true feelings, and going along with others to keep the peace. Consider a scenario where your colleague consistently takes credit for your ideas at work. Rather than addressing the issue directly, you stay silent, hoping the problem will resolve itself. You fear that bringing it up might create tension or damage your working relationship. While this avoidance might prevent immediate conflict, it also allows the behavior to continue unchecked, leading to increased frustration and resentment on your part. The emotional impact of avoiding conflict is significant. Suppressing your true feelings can lead to internal turmoil and stress. You might find yourself constantly on edge, worried about potential confrontations, and feeling powerless to assert your needs. Over time, this stress can affect your mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction. Avoiding conflict also stifles personal growth. Conflict, when handled constructively, can be a powerful catalyst for learning and development. It provides an opportunity to understand different perspectives, improve communication skills, and build resilience. By avoiding conflict, you miss out on these growth opportunities, remaining stuck in a cycle of unresolved issues and unaddressed grievances. Moreover, avoiding conflict can undermine the quality of your relationships. Healthy relationships are built on open, honest communication. When you avoid conflict, you create a barrier to genuine connection, as you're not sharing your true self or addressing important issues. This can lead to superficial relationships where underlying problems fester, eventually causing more significant rifts. To overcome the tendency to avoid conflict, it's important to develop skills and strategies for managing disagreements constructively. Here are some steps to help you approach conflict in a healthy, productive manner. Acknowledge your feelings. The first step is to recognize and validate your own feelings. Suppressing emotions only leads to increased stress and resentment. Acknowledge your discomfort with conflict and understand that it's a natural part of relationships. Shift your perspective. Reframe conflict as an opportunity for growth and improved understanding rather than something to be feared. Conflict can lead to stronger, more authentic connections when approached with the right mindset. Practice assertive communication. Develop your assertiveness skills, which involve expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully. Use I statements to communicate your perspective without blaming or criticizing the other person. For example, say, "I feel undervalued when my ideas are not acknowledged," instead of, "You always take credit for my work." Listen actively. Effective conflict resolution requires active listening. Pay attention to the other person's perspective and show empathy and understanding. This helps to de-escalate tensions and fosters a more collaborative atmosphere. Choose the right time and place. Address conflicts in an appropriate setting where both parties can focus on the conversation without distractions. Avoid bringing up sensitive issues in the heat of the moment or in public spaces. Stay calm and composed. Maintain your composure during conflicts. Deep breathing, mindfulness techniques, and taking breaks if needed can help you stay calm and centered. Keeping your emotions in check allows for more rational and constructive dialogue. Seek common ground. Focus on finding common ground and shared goals. Collaborative problem-solving involves identifying solutions that satisfy both parties' needs. This approach fosters a sense of partnership rather than opposition. Learn from each experience. Reflect on past conflicts and how they were handled. Identify what worked well and what could be improved. Each conflict provides valuable lessons that can enhance your conflict resolution skills over time. Build confidence. Developing confidence in your ability to handle conflict is crucial. Practice assertiveness and conflict resolution techniques in low-stakes situations to build your confidence gradually. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. Seek mediation if needed. In some cases, conflicts might require the intervention of a neutral third party, such as a mediator or counselor. Professional mediation can provide structured support and facilitate productive conversations. In conclusion, while kindness is a commendable trait, it can lead to an unhealthy avoidance of conflict. Embracing conflict as a natural and necessary part of relationships allows for growth, deeper connections, and resolution of underlying issues. By acknowledging your feelings, practicing assertive communication, and approaching conflict with a constructive mindset, you can transform disagreements into opportunities for understanding and mutual respect. Remember, true kindness includes being honest and addressing conflicts openly, ensuring that your relationships are built on a foundation of authenticity and trust. 10. You undermine your own success. Excessive kindness can inadvertently lead to undermining your own success. This might sound paradoxical, but when you constantly put others' needs and comfort ahead of your own ambitions and goals, you can hinder your progress and limit your achievements. Let's explore how this happens and what you can do to strike a balance between kindness and personal success. Imagine you're at work, where you're known as the person who's always willing to help. Colleagues frequently come to you for assistance with their projects, and out of kindness, you always oblige, even if it means putting your own work on hold. While this generosity is appreciated, it comes at a cost. Your own deadlines slip, your personal projects get delayed, and your performance might suffer as a result. Over time, this pattern can prevent you from advancing in your career. In the pursuit of being helpful and kind, you might also hesitate to assert yourself or advocate for your own ideas and contributions. You might downplay your achievements to avoid making others feel uncomfortable or overshadowed. While humility is a virtue, excessive humility can make you invisible in professional settings. If you're not vocal about your accomplishments, you might miss out on opportunities for recognition, promotions, or leadership roles. Consider a scenario where a promotion opportunity arises at work. You've been putting in long hours, delivering high-quality work, and contributing innovative ideas. However, your kindness leads you to defer the spotlight to a colleague who you believe needs it more. While your colleague benefits, you miss a valuable chance to advance your career. This pattern of self-sacrifice can lead to long-term frustration and a sense of being undervalued and overlooked. Moreover, when you're constantly focused on others, you might neglect your own professional development. Attending networking events, pursuing additional training, or dedicating time to your own projects can fall by the wayside. This lack of investment in your own growth can limit your skill set and reduce your competitiveness in the job market. The emotional impact of undermining your own success is profound. You might experience feelings of stagnation, frustration, and low self-esteem. Watching others progress while you remain in the same position can lead to resentment and a sense of missed potential. Over time, this can affect your mental health, leading to burnout and a loss of motivation. To prevent undermining your own success, it's essential to find a balance between kindness and self-advocacy. Here are some strategies to help you prioritize your goals while still being supportive of others. Set clear priorities. Define your professional and personal goals clearly. Understand what you want to achieve and set specific, measurable objectives. This clarity will help you allocate your time and resources more effectively, ensuring that you prioritize your own success. Learn to delegate. Helping others doesn't mean you have to do everything yourself. Learn to delegate tasks and share responsibilities. Encourage your colleagues to develop their skills and solve their own problems. This not only helps them grow, but also frees up your time to focus on your priorities. Schedule personal time. Dedicate specific times in your schedule for your own projects and development. Treat these appointments with the same importance as meetings with others. Protect this time from interruptions and use it to advance your own goals. Advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up about your achievements and aspirations. Practice self-advocacy by regularly updating your superiors on your progress and contributions. Prepare a list of your accomplishments for performance reviews and be ready to discuss how you've added value to the organization. Set boundaries. Establish boundaries to protect your time and energy. Learn to say no when additional requests interfere with your priorities. Communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively, explaining that you need to focus on your own tasks to meet your goals. Seek mentorship. Find a mentor who can provide guidance and support as you navigate your career. A mentor can offer valuable insights, help you identify growth opportunities, and encourage you to advocate for yourself. Invest in your development. Make time for activities that enhance your skills and knowledge. Attend workshops, enroll in courses, and participate in professional associations. Continuous learning not only boosts your competence, but also keeps you engaged and motivated. Celebrate your successes. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Reflecting on your successes boosts your confidence and reinforces the value of your contributions. Share your accomplishments with trusted friends, family, or colleagues who support your growth. Balance support and self-care. While it's important to be kind and supportive, ensure that you're also taking care of yourself. Engage in self-care practices that rejuvenate your mind and body, such as exercise, hobbies, or relaxation techniques. Reevaluate regularly. Periodically assess your progress toward your goals and the effectiveness of your strategies. Make adjustments as needed to ensure you're on track to achieve your objectives. Regular reevaluation helps you stay focused and adaptable in your pursuit of success. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable trait, it's essential to balance it with self-advocacy and personal ambition. By setting clear priorities, learning to delegate, advocating for yourself, and investing in your development, you can ensure that your kindness doesn't come at the expense of your own success. Remember, achieving your goals and realizing your potential allows you to contribute even more effectively to others, creating a positive impact both for yourself and those around you. 11. You attract emotional dependency. Excessive kindness can sometimes lead to creating emotional dependency in others, where people become overly reliant on you for their emotional support and stability. While offering support and compassion is admirable, Fostering dependency can create an unhealthy dynamic that is draining for you and stunting for them. Imagine you have a friend who is going through a tough time. Naturally, you want to help, so you're always available to listen, provide comfort, and offer advice. Over time, your friend begins to lean on you for every emotional need, from minor frustrations to major crises. They call you at all hours, expect you to drop everything to help them, and struggle to cope without your constant reassurance. This level of dependency can be overwhelming, making you feel like you're carrying the weight of their emotional world on your shoulders. When people become emotionally dependent on you, it creates an imbalance in the relationship. Your role shifts from a friend or partner to a caretaker or therapist. This can be emotionally exhausting, as you're continually investing significant amounts of time and energy into managing their emotional well-being. It can also lead to neglecting your own needs and boundaries as you prioritize their emotional demands over your personal well-being. The person who is emotionally dependent on you also suffers in this dynamic. They become unable to develop their own coping mechanisms and resilience as they rely on you to navigate their emotional landscape. This stunts their personal growth and can perpetuate a cycle of dependency where they never learn to handle challenges independently. The strain of emotional dependency can impact your mental health. Constantly being on call for someone else's emotional needs can lead to burnout, anxiety, and even resentment. You might feel trapped in the relationship, afraid to set boundaries for fear of causing distress or conflict. This stress can permeate other areas of your life, affecting your work, other relationships, and overall sense of well-being. To break free from this cycle of emotional dependency, it's important to encourage self-sufficiency and set healthy boundaries. Here are some strategies to help you manage and prevent emotional dependency. Encourage independence. Support your friends or loved ones in developing their own coping skills. Encourage them to find other sources of support, such as therapy, support groups, or other friends. Offer guidance on how they can handle problems independently, rather than always stepping in to solve things for them. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries about when and how you can provide support. Let them know that while you care about them, you also need time for yourself. For example, you might limit late-night calls or specify times when you're available to talk. Promote problem solving. Instead of immediately offering solutions, ask guiding questions that help them think through their issues. Encourage them to consider various options and potential outcomes, fostering their problem-solving skills. Encourage professional help. If someone's emotional needs are overwhelming or beyond what you can handle, encourage them to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to provide the support and tools needed to manage emotional difficulties effectively. Practice self-care. Ensure that you're taking care of your own emotional needs. Engage in activities that recharge your energy and maintain your mental health. Self-care is crucial for sustaining your ability to support others without becoming overwhelmed. Be honest. Communicate openly and honestly about your limitations. Let them know that while you want to help, you also need to take care of yourself. Honesty can prevent misunderstandings and help set realistic expectations. Diversify their support network. Encourage them to build a broader support network. Suggest they reach out to other friends, family members, or community resources. A diverse support network ensures they have multiple sources of support, reducing the pressure on any one individual. Foster emotional resilience. Help them develop emotional resilience by encouraging healthy habits such as regular exercise, mindfulness practices, and positive self-talk. Resilience enables them to cope with stress and adversity more effectively. Monitor your own well-being. Regularly check in with yourself to assess how the relationship is affecting you. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or resentful, it's a sign that you need to reinforce your boundaries or seek support for yourself. Seek external support. If you're struggling to manage someone's emotional dependency, consider seeking advice from a therapist or counselor. They can provide strategies and support for maintaining healthy relationships and managing stress. In conclusion, while kindness and emotional support are vital in any relationship, fostering emotional dependency can create an unhealthy dynamic. By encouraging independence, setting boundaries, promoting problem-solving, and taking care of your own well-being, you can maintain a balanced relationship where both parties thrive. Remember, true kindness involves empowering others to stand on their own while also protecting your emotional health and boundaries. 12. You risk being exploited. Kindness is a noble trait, but when it's excessive and unchecked, it can make you vulnerable to exploitation. People with malicious or self-serving intentions can take advantage of your generous nature, using it to their benefit while leaving you depleted and frustrated. Understanding how exploitation occurs and learning to protect yourself without losing your kindness is crucial for maintaining your well-being and integrity. Exploitation happens when someone takes unfair advantage of your willingness to help, often without giving anything in return. This can occur in various forms, from financial exploitation to emotional manipulation. Imagine a coworker who frequently asks you to cover their shifts, promising to return the favor, but never doing so. They know you're kind-hearted and don't want to let anyone down, so they keep exploiting your generosity while you end up overworked and underappreciated. Another example is a friend who constantly borrows money from you with no intention of repaying it. They play on your kindness and perhaps even your guilt, making you feel responsible for their well-being. Over time, you might find yourself in financial strain, struggling to meet your own needs because you've been too generous. The emotional impact of exploitation is significant. When you realize that someone you trusted has been taking advantage of you, it can lead to feelings of betrayal, anger, and sadness. You might start questioning your judgment and doubting the sincerity of others' intentions. This emotional turmoil can affect your self-esteem and make you more cautious or even cynical about helping others in the future. Exploitation can also lead to practical consequences, such as financial difficulties or strained relationships. You might find yourself overwhelmed by the demands placed on you, with little time or energy left for your own priorities and well-being. This can create a cycle where your generosity is continually abused, leaving you feeling trapped and powerless. To protect yourself from exploitation while maintaining your kindness, it's essential to develop awareness and assertiveness. Here are some strategies to help you safeguard your generosity. Recognize red flags. Be aware of the signs of exploitation. If someone frequently asks for favors without reciprocating, makes you feel guilty for setting boundaries, or consistently takes more than they give, these are red flags. Trust your instincts and pay attention to patterns of behavior. Set clear boundaries. Establish boundaries that protect your time, energy, and resources. Communicate these boundaries clearly and assertively. For example, let others know that while you're happy to help, you also have your own responsibilities and limits. Learn to say no. Saying no is a crucial skill for preventing exploitation. Practice saying it confidently and without guilt. Remember, refusing unreasonable requests doesn't make you unkind. It means you're taking care of yourself. Value your contributions. Recognize the value of your time and efforts. When you appreciate your own worth, you're less likely to let others take advantage of you. Assert your right to fair treatment and respect. Seek mutually beneficial relationships. Focus on building relationships based on mutual respect and reciprocity. Healthy relationships involve give and take, where both parties benefit and support each other. If a relationship feels one-sided, reassess its value. Consult trusted advisors. If you're unsure whether you're being exploited, seek advice from trusted friends, family members, or mentors. They can provide an outside perspective and help you see the situation more clearly. Document agreements. When it comes to financial or significant favors, consider documenting agreements. This can be as simple as a written note or email outlining the terms. Documentation provides clarity and accountability, reducing the risk of misunderstandings and exploitation. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care to maintain your physical and emotional health. Engage in activities that recharge you and help you stay grounded. When you're well rested and emotionally balanced, you're better equipped to handle and resist exploitation. Educate yourself. Learn about common tactics used by exploiters, such as guilt-tripping, manipulation, and flattery. Understanding these tactics can help you recognize and resist them more effectively. Assert your rights. Remember that you have the right to protect your interests and well-being. Assertiveness involves standing up for yourself in a way that is respectful to others. Practice assertive communication to express your needs and boundaries clearly. Build a support network. Surround yourself with supportive, trustworthy people who respect your boundaries. A strong support network can provide emotional backing and practical advice when you're dealing with potential exploitation. Reflect on your experiences. Regularly reflect on your interactions and relationships. Consider whether you're consistently giving more than you receive and how this impacts your well-being. Use these reflections to make informed decisions about your generosity. In conclusion, while kindness is a commendable quality, it's essential to balance it with awareness and assertiveness to avoid exploitation. By recognizing red flags, setting clear boundaries, valuing your contributions, and seeking mutually beneficial relationships, you can protect yourself from those who might take advantage of your generosity. Remember, true kindness involves not only giving to others, but also taking care of yourself and ensuring that your generosity is respected and valued. 13. You compromise your personal goals. Excessive kindness can sometimes lead you to compromise your personal goals and ambitions. While helping others is admirable, it becomes problematic when it consistently takes precedence over your own aspirations. This compromise can hinder your personal growth, fulfillment, and long-term success. Consider how often you set aside your own plans to assist others. Perhaps you intended to work on a personal project, but a friend needed help moving, or you planned to attend a networking event, but a colleague required your assistance with a last-minute task. Each time you prioritize others' needs over your own, you push your goals further into the background. Over time, this can result in significant delays or even the abandonment of your personal ambitions. Imagine you have a passion project, such as writing a book or starting a small business. You're excited about the possibilities and have laid out a plan to achieve your goals. However, life intervenes. Your friends and family constantly seek your help, and out of kindness, you always oblige. Weeks turn into months, and you realize you've made little to no progress on your project. The constant interruptions and diversions have derailed your plans, leaving you feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. Compromising your personal goals for the sake of kindness can lead to a sense of stagnation. You might feel like you're not moving forward in your life, trapped in a cycle of catering to others' needs while your dreams remain unfulfilled. This can erode your sense of purpose and motivation, making it increasingly difficult to pursue your aspirations. The emotional impact of this compromise is significant. You might experience feelings of resentment, not only towards those who've taken up your time, but also towards yourself for allowing it to happen. This resentment can create internal conflict as you struggle to reconcile your desire to help others with your need to achieve personal success. Additionally, consistently compromising your goals can affect your self-esteem. You might start to believe that your ambitions are less important than others' needs, leading to a diminished sense of self-worth. Over time, this can impact your confidence and willingness to pursue new opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of self-sacrifice and stagnation. To prevent compromising your personal goals, it's essential to establish a balance between kindness and self-advocacy. Here are some strategies to help you protect your ambitions while still being supportive of others. Prioritize your goals. Clearly define your personal goals and make them a priority. Create a detailed plan with specific milestones and deadlines. Treat these goals with the same importance as commitments to others. Time management. Practice effective time management by scheduling dedicated time for your personal projects. Block out time in your calendar and treat it as non-negotiable. This ensures you have uninterrupted periods to focus on your ambitions. Learn to delegate. Just as you help others, allow others to help you. Delegate tasks when possible and share responsibilities. This not only lightens your load, but also encourages a more balanced dynamic in your relationships. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries around your time and energy. Communicate these boundaries assertively, letting others know when you're unavailable due to personal commitments. Boundaries protect your time and prevent overextension. Communicate your needs. Be open about your goals and aspirations with friends, family, and colleagues. Let them know what you're working towards and ask for their support in respecting your time and commitments. Evaluate requests. Before agreeing to help others, evaluate whether it will significantly impact your personal goals. It's okay to decline requests that interfere with your priorities. Consider whether the assistance is truly necessary or if the person can manage without your help. Self-advocacy. Advocate for your own needs and ambitions. Practice speaking up for yourself and asserting your right to pursue your goals. Self-advocacy builds confidence and reinforces the importance of your aspirations. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage your goals. Seek out mentors, peers, or groups with similar interests who can provide motivation, advice, and accountability. Reflect and reassess. Regularly reflect on your progress towards your goals and assess whether you're balancing kindness and self-advocacy effectively. Adjust your strategies as needed to ensure you're making steady progress. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Recognizing your progress boosts motivation and reinforces the importance of your goals. Stay focused. Keep your long-term vision in mind and stay focused on your end goals. Remind yourself why these goals are important to you and how achieving them will positively impact your life. Develop a growth mindset. Embrace a growth mindset, viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth. This mindset helps you stay resilient and committed to your goals, even when faced with obstacles. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable trait, it's essential to balance it with the pursuit of your personal goals. By prioritizing your ambitions, managing your time effectively, setting boundaries, and advocating for yourself, you can achieve your goals without compromising your generosity. Remember, true kindness includes being kind to yourself and ensuring that your dreams and aspirations are respected and valued. Balancing kindness and self-advocacy allows you to create a fulfilling and successful life, benefiting both yourself and those around you. 14. You lose sight of your own identity. Excessive kindness can lead to a loss of your own identity. When you continuously prioritize others' needs, preferences, and desires over your own, you risk losing touch with who you truly are. This loss of self can result in feelings of confusion, dissatisfaction, and a lack of fulfillment. Consider how often you defer to others in decision-making, whether it's about minor daily choices or significant life decisions. You might always let your partner choose the restaurant, allow your friends to pick the movie, or agree with your colleagues' ideas without voicing your own opinions. While these actions may seem trivial, over time they contribute to a pattern where your preferences and identity become secondary. Imagine you're part of a social group where you constantly go along with whatever the group decides, rarely expressing your own opinions or desires. You do this to maintain harmony and avoid conflict, believing that your preferences are less important. However, this continuous self-suppression can lead to an identity crisis, where you struggle to recognize your own likes, dislikes, and values. You may begin to question who you are outside the context of pleasing others. The emotional impact of losing your identity is profound. You might experience a persistent sense of emptiness and confusion. Without a clear sense of self, you may feel like you're drifting through life without direction or purpose. This can lead to anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction. The lack of personal fulfillment can affect your motivation and overall happiness. Losing your identity also affects your relationships. Genuine connections are built on authenticity and mutual respect. When you suppress your true self to accommodate others, you create a facade that prevents deep, meaningful connections. Over time, your relationships may feel superficial, as the people around you are engaging with a version of you that isn't entirely genuine. This can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, even when you're surrounded by people. Furthermore, without a strong sense of self, you're more susceptible to external influences. You might find yourself easily swayed by others' opinions and expectations, losing sight of your own values and beliefs. This can result in a lack of personal integrity, where you act in ways that are incongruent with your true self. The internal conflict that arises from this can be distressing and damaging to your mental health. To reclaim and maintain your identity, it's crucial to practice self-awareness and assertiveness. Here are some strategies to help you stay true to yourself while still being kind and supportive to others. Self-reflection. Regularly take time to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-reflection, helping you understand your preferences, values, and aspirations. Ask yourself what truly matters to you and what brings you joy and fulfillment. Express your opinions. Practice voicing your opinions and preferences in everyday situations. Start with small decisions, like choosing the restaurant or movie, and gradually build up to more significant choices. Expressing your opinions helps you stay connected to your identity and reinforces your sense of self. Set personal boundaries. Establish boundaries that protect your identity and well-being. Communicate these boundaries clearly and assertively. For example, let others know when you need time for yourself or when you disagree with a decision. Boundaries help you maintain your individuality while respecting others. Pursue personal interests. Engage in activities and hobbies that reflect your interests and passions. Whether it's painting, hiking, reading, or any other activity, dedicating time to your interests reinforces your sense of identity and provides personal fulfillment. Seek solitude. Spend time alone to reconnect with yourself. Solitude allows you to reflect on your inner thoughts and desires without external influences. Use this time to meditate, journal, or simply enjoy your own company. Affirm your values. Identify your core values and let them guide your actions and decisions. When faced with choices, ask yourself if they align with your values. Living in accordance with your values strengthens your sense of identity and integrity. Build authentic relationships. Surround yourself with people who respect and appreciate you for who you are. Authentic relationships encourage you to be yourself and provide a supportive environment for personal growth. Share your true self with those who value and respect your individuality. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when you make mistakes or face challenges. Self-compassion helps you stay grounded in your identity and builds resilience against external pressures. Celebrate your uniqueness. Embrace and celebrate what makes you unique. Acknowledge your strengths, talents, and achievements. Recognize that your individuality is valuable and contributes positively to the world around you. Limit external validation. While it's natural to seek approval from others, try to limit your dependence on external validation. Focus on developing internal validation by recognizing your worth and accomplishments. This internal strength reinforces your sense of identity. Engage in personal growth. Continuously seek opportunities for personal growth and self-improvement. Learning new skills, setting personal goals, and challenging yourself help you evolve while staying true to your core identity. Therapeutic support. If you struggle with maintaining your identity, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. Professional guidance can help you explore your identity, address underlying issues, and develop strategies for staying true to yourself. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable trait, it's essential to balance it with self-awareness and assertiveness to avoid losing your identity. By practicing self-reflection, expressing your opinions, setting boundaries, and pursuing personal interests, you can maintain a strong sense of self while still being kind and supportive to others. Remember, true kindness includes being kind to yourself and honoring your individuality. Maintaining your identity allows you to live authentically, fostering personal fulfillment and deeper connections with those around you. Thank you for joining us on this eye-opening journey through the hidden pitfalls of excessive kindness. We hope this video has given you valuable insights and empowered you to find a balance that enriches both your life and the lives of those around you. Remember, true kindness begins with taking care of yourself. If you've experienced any of these ways in which kindness can impact your life, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Your story could inspire and help someone else in our community. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with more content designed to help you live a balanced, fulfilling life. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.